Hey, what is going on, everybody? Tom from Tom's Randomness, and today I have what I hope will be an informative, educational, and slightly entertaining video about the Morgan Silver Dollar. There are so many VAMs and varieties and different types of each Morgan Silver Dollar that I won't go too in detail on all of those, but there are a few that I will touch base on. I will reference, PCGS and the Red Book, as well as maybe some eBay sold listings or, something like that to give a better idea of value. But I do want to touch on a few of the ones that if, say, you inherit a Morgan Silver Dollar collection from, a family member or friend, that you should be on the lookout for. Maybe some that you should maybe pay closer attention to. Obviously, a lot of people collect Morgan Silver Dollars, and there is a ton of information out there about Morgan Silver Dollars, but I just haven't made a video that was very good on them, so I wanted to, and hope you enjoy. So stay with me here as we turn in our textbooks, our Red Book, to page 234 if you have the 2023 edition, and that is where it starts off talking about the Morgan Silver Dollar. Morgan Silver Dollar was created in 1878 by George T. Morgan, and it came out because the coin law of 1873, it actually says that in there, but I'm trying not to read too much off that because I'd rather look at the camera. But the coinage law of 1873 did not provide a provision for a new dollar to be minted, and so the gold dollar and the trade dollar was used during the time of 1873 up till 1878 when the Morgan was created. The trade dollar was more primarily used for international transactions with Asia, and the gold dollar is used here in the United States. So, with that said, there are obviously 1878 to 1921. There was in 1904 no silver dollars produced until 1921, so there was a lapse there again. In 1878, there were several different iterations of the Morgan Silver Dollar, and I actually had an 1878S Morgan Silver Dollar. Trying to think what that coin's probably worth. Let's see here. So 1878S Mint State. I picked it up at a flea market for like $38, and it was in a generic holder, but it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, this coin was incredible. I couldn't believe it was only $38. Of course, I didn't know, a ton about them back then, but I picked it up for $38. Found out later that it was a mint state, and it was worth, about double what I paid for it, even uncertified. Just it was that good of a coin. But that kind of got me hooked on the Morgan Silver Dollars, and then soon after that, I started my own set. I had one of them old cardboard type set kind of things like these, but just for the Morgan Silver Dollars. This one is just a 20th century US type set. But anyway, so with that said, let's talk a little bit more about some of these coins. The Carson City Morgan Silver Dollars were one of the lower minted, so they're considered a semi-key date in almost any Carson City. So, here's an 1892. This one is a little bit better demand, obviously, due to mintages. So I'm going to tell you the mintages of the Carson City Morgans real quick. So in 1878, there was 2.2 million Carson Cities minted, and in VF20, according to Red Book, that's $185. In 1879, there were a few different CCs minted, but only 756,000 total, and those range anywhere in VF20 from 475 to 525. 1880, there were only 591,000 minted, and there's like five different kinds of the 1880 CCs. 1881, 296,000 minted, so super low mintages here. 1882, 1.1 million. 1883 was one of the more affordable CCs in my opinion, but only 1.2 million again. 1884, less than 1.2 million. 1885, 228,000, so that's a better date to be on the lookout for as well. And then they didn't make a Carson City again until 1889, which I was minted in 1989, so I would love to get my hands on an 1889 Carson City. Unfortunately, in VF20, they're $1,500, and only Interestingly enough, though, 350,000 were minted, so it starts out at a much higher price point than the 1885, and the 1885 only has a 228,000 mintage. That's pretty interesting. In 1890, the Carson Cities, I actually have one of those as well, 2.3 million. 1891, 1.6 million. 1892, 1.35 million. And then 1893, which is one of the tougher ones again to find, there was actually 677,000 minted, but they start out at a VF20 at $875 according to Redbook. And that was also the last, I believe, Carson City. But beyond the Carson Cities, there are some other key dates. Obviously, when you get into your Redbook, you can see the mintages. The 1895 proof was only a mintage of 12,000, and that I think is like the key date of the series. But all of the 1895s were pretty low mintage, and they cost quite a bit of money. There's also the 1901, there was a double die reverse. There's the 1900 O. This is a more common one that you might find. It's the O over CC, and in VF20, those are $150. So that's one that if you inherit a collection somebody may not have known about, that is fairly common and found often, that could yield, you know, significantly more value than a traditional 1900 O, which the 1900 O is just a more common date Morgan. So other key coins to look out for, you know, the 1880 O has a double die reverse, obverse, double die obverse, and then the 1892 S is another pretty decently sought after, given the 1.2 mintage, 1.2 million minted. 1893, pretty much any coin from 1893 was a lower mintage, and those coins all have a significant premium, which is really cool. Like I said, you can find some of those coins on eBay far under Redbook, because, you know, like I say, if you get on there at the last minute and there's not a lot of activity and you put in a strong bid at the end, you can oftentimes win those coins for a really reasonable price. The 1879 CC, I had an opportunity to buy. It's the CC over CC, I think 2 weeks ago or less, for I think it was like $220, and it was a VF coin. So Redbook has that at $475. So anyway, one of the main things, because this video is getting way longer than I anticipated for it to, one of the main things to be on the lookout for is the condition. Obviously, if a coin's been cleaned or has damage, you know, like I got this, this was more affordable because you can kind of see where somebody dropped it. You know, if you drop any silver dollar on a hard surface, it's going to get a little ding in the rim. But you really can find these coins, and like I said, call Morgans when I was first into this, you know, they were $12 to $13, and then in 2013 when I kind of got back into Morgan silver dollars, they were like $12 to $15, and now 10 years later they're $25 to $28. So it's really hard to find them for under that, but if you do, it's a great time to buy them. I really do hope that you may have learned something from this. Like I said, it was kind of a quick video. I'm going to put in a few coins, you know, throughout, you know, the video, and then just pop pictures up throughout this video, but just give you kind of references to the coins I've talked about. Maybe they won't line up exactly with what I'm talking about, but just to show you kind of some pricing and some auctions and some sold listings. But also, if you're not a subscriber, I am going to be doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. We just hit 1,500, which is a milestone I tried to hit for a long time. I'm super, super thankful for each and every one of you. But when we hit 2,000, I think that'll really, really be awesome. And so I've got a couple coins here at the end. The star coin that I made, the 69 Kennedy $half that I put a star on and toned it, artificially toned it, that coin, as well as this coin, which is an 1986 American Silver Eagle. You know, it looks uncirculated, but I'm not going to make any claims that it's you know, uncirculated or anything like that. But it is a great coin. It's an ounce of silver, and you know, as we get closer, I'm going to try to add a few more coins as we go, and then maybe we'll even throw in a mystery coin grab bag. So with that said, I truly hope you feel like you learned something from this video. I strongly encourage you to get a Red Book. I look through my Red Book every single day, if not twice, 3 times a day. And honestly, I wish I read my Bible as much as I read my Red Book, because honestly, I just find so much valuable information in here, especially when it comes to mintages. And here lately, I've gotten into commemorative dollars and half dollars, and you really got to be careful, because some of those coins really pop in value. Difference between, you know, a AU and an uncirculated. So you really want to, I guess, sharpen your mind and your own knowledge on those coins, so you don't make a big mistake. So with that said, good luck, God bless, and I will see you all in the next one.